Okay, now it's officially September. Hello, everybody. This is Jim from Jim's Holiest Coleus. All right, we made it through the summer, and here we are, a few days after Labor Day. Hey, what do you do when you're looking to harvest seeds? If you decided that you want to harvest seeds, when do you know it's time? Well, let's ask this fella here. Now, he's performing a very important thing. As he just got after me, he was a little mad that I was putting him on film. So sorry I didn't sign a contract. Anyway, if you're at my point here, you have a lot of seed stalks growing. I mean, they're all over the place. And again, if you leave your Coleus, if you're in a winter zone and you leave your Coleus out, and you just let them go, this is what's going to happen. You're going to start getting seed stalks all over the place. But when do you know when it's time to cut them and bring them in and let them dry out? Because you want your seeds to mature on the stalks. You don't want to cut them off early, and this would be an example of an early. Let's get that focused in there. As I mentioned, you can see those petals, and that guy, that little fella up there that was there before, he was doing that important job pollinating this stalk here. Now this stalk here, the majority of the petals are gone, or you can already see, if I can get a close-up here. Try to get that close up. They've already been pollinated, and I've seen these. They've already been visited by more than a few bumblebees. They've already been pollinated. They've already been pretty much. They're pretty much done. You can see the seed stalk is not. See, I don't know if that shows up how green that is. You can see how it's starting to brown. You want to leave them on as long as you can. Make sure that they start to turn brown. The majority of, again, I mentioned a lot of them will just keep growing taller and taller. So if you want to snip the tops, but they do stop. But again, you want to let these deflower. You may have a petal or two here, but you want to get those flowers pollinated. It's going to turn more from a green to a brown, and that's good. That means your seeds are all set. They're in there. The plant's been pollinated. Your seeds are mature, so it's time to bring that in. So that goes for all Coleus. Every Coleus, no matter what variety, is going to have a seed stalk similar to this. Some of them are going to be more, the Kongs generally are huge. Some of the other ones may be thinner, more slender, taller, shorter, but essentially they're all the same principle. They're going to have the same lavender flower petals, and again, the seeds are in those little cradles, the little pods. And again, that's what you want, to let those mature. Let's go take a look at another one. All right, here we go. There's a pretty large seed stalk, and you can see there's a few petals up top. Again, this is going to keep growing and growing, and snip the top off. And you can see it's got some side shoots, but you can see a lot of that brown coming in. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for, you don't have to wait for it to turn completely brown. I generally make sure, I look at each one, and I could see that the majority of the flowers are already bloomed, and these guys here are doing their job. So, give them time. Don't rush. We still have a few weeks, But if you do see a few that are starting to brown and most of the petals are off, you know, cut them. You can just nip them off with a scissors or your hand. It doesn't matter. You're not going to kill anything. He's busy. He's got a lot of pollinating to do here still. And then you can see a few in the back there. And you can see, you almost see the, you see the, you can see the little dark balls, a little round. Those are the seed pods. That's the seed. So those are pretty well. I can wait another week or so, or a few days, but they're pretty much mature. And then again, you cut these, and let's go inside and I'll show you how I organize my seed trays and what to do after that. All right, here we are. Let's get this to focus. This phone is, I think it's time for a new phone, a new camera. Oh, this is an S10, S9 Plus rather. Anyway, this is how I organize it. And I do this for, you know, I get these trays at the dollar store, and what I like to do, I like to separate these so we don't get cross-contamination as far as like if you plant a Defiance or you plant a Wizard Kong or whatever, that you know that's what you're going to be growing. So I get these little shallow aluminum trays at the dollar store, and I just basically, you know, you look at the plants I have, I mark the trays so I know which ones are which. And I put the seed stalks in them, and I separate them. I put them away in a rack, not directly in the sun necessarily. It really doesn't matter. You really just want to protect them, make sure they don't get lost, blown away from pets. You don't want them to sit for a few weeks. There's no rush. I have until Christmas, but you know I'll separate the seeds well from there. But you want, once you cut your stem, you put them in these trays and you leave them out in the open. You don't cover them again. You just store them somewhere. Let them dry out completely. They're going to get completely dried out, turn completely brown, and they're going to become so brittle that when you pick them up, the seeds are just going to fall out of the pods. And again, I'll shoot a video. I do have plenty of videos on that. I'll shoot a new one on how to get the seeds out. But you can actually see already seeds just by shaking this off a little bit. You can hear them. You can see the seeds. See the little round seeds there? That's what you'll go look for. And that's how easy it is. And this isn't even brown. I mean, this I cut this last week, I think, or a few days ago. It's starting to brown. But when you get to a stalk like this that's got, and again, you can see these aren't even dry. I just picked these a few minutes ago. You can see the seeds are falling out already. Those are nice, dark, round, mature seeds. And again, just leave your stalks in the trays. Let them dry out completely. No rush. Let them dry out completely. And again, I have videos you can access to on my channel on how to separate the seeds. I use a colander, these trays. I like to use the white paper plates for the contrast, and how to store the seeds. Do not put your stalks in Ziploc bags. I have the Ziploc bags here from when I go outside. I'll cut them and put them in there to bring them in the house. But do not put seed stalks in plastic bags because you're going to get mold, because you still got a lot of moisture here. That's the purpose of letting them dry out. You get all that organic material dried out, and that'll make them nice and brittle and release the seeds. And again, this particular stalk, there's probably thousands of seeds in this one stalk, so I have so many. But this is how I do it every year. If you have been doing it for a few years, Coleus seeds. I keep going to Kongs all the time because they're my favorite. I mean, I have lots of good favorites, but Kongs are just, they really are my favorite. And I have so many seeds, so, and I always find that people love them because they really reach out and grab your eye. But anyway, all your there I go again. All your Coleus, I forgot my train of thought here. All your Coleus seed stalks are the same. You know, they all need to be dried out, and once you gather the seeds later on, you can store them in the Ziploc bags. But as of right now, this is just an idea that you can use to organize your Coleus seed stalks. So just following along, keep following along. I appreciate everybody watching. It's real simple. And again, if you're just a regular homeowner and you just want to have some seeds for, you know, your own house and so forth, this is more than enough for years and years and years. And that's another thing, that's where I really wanted to get onto, is if you're like me where you have so many seeds, how long are seeds good for? Generally, I have seeds that are around 4 or 5 years old. I'm throwing them out. Up to 5 years, they say. I keep them in a nice dry, cool, dry place, so they're all pretty good. But you know, when I have so many, it's no need for me to keep seeds for 5 years. So, but that's just a basic idea. You know, up to around 5 years, then, you know, hopefully, you know, if you're really into Coleus and so forth, you won't need to keep them that long. So I only have them that long because I have so many, and I just feel bad throwing them out. I really do. That's why I give a lot of them away. So, but okay, thanks for watching. I hope this helps out again. I said, look how easy that is. Look at all those seeds. Look at, I didn't even do anything. I just threw them on just placing them on these trays, and they're already popping out. So it's real simple, and I'm looking forward to Christmas. So when I plant my next crop for 2020. So, and I hope you too will follow along and plant your own crop, depending on where you are in the world. But it's all the same. So, all right, thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the fall, and I'll post a video soon once I start to separate these. So stay tuned, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a good week.